York. Okay, so 3.7 is the algebra and also composite functions. So this is a shorthand way of saying f of the x plus g of x. So when you have the same input for two different functions, you can simplify it like that. Similarly for subtraction.
I can't see anything.
Oh, you can't see again?
Oh yeah, I think it's zoomed in on your face.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait a second. Let's see. I just had it. Stop share. Oh, see. Oh wait, I'm sharing. Okay. Are we good now?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so g of, so basically all these, because it's of one variable, it's f of that plus g of that. It's just a shorthand way of writing that. In order to evaluate, you must expand first. You must write it like that and then evaluate. And same here. And then this means multiply and divide. The only thing is g of x can't be 0 because you can't divide by 0. And then this one with the open dot does not mean multiplication. It's open. It actually means composite. F of g of x. F of g of x. And so with order of operations, you start here, and then you evaluate that whole function. So earlier we talked about how this would be f of 2 plus g of 2. So again, just as a quick review, f of 2 would be 3 times 2 minus 2, or 4. G of 2 would be 2 squared plus 1, so 4 plus 1, which is 5. And then we add those together, and our answer is 9.
Okay.
This one is the composite, so it's f of g of x. This time, instead of having a number, we have a letter in there, or a variable in there. So we'd start with g of x and figure out what g of x is. Well, g of x literally is g of x equals this. So I'm going to plug that in. Had this been g of m, I'd plug in an m and have m squared plus 1 here. Or if this had been a y, it would be y squared plus 1. But because it is an x, being replaced by an x, it is exactly that. So f of this, the f function says 3 times what was in the parentheses minus 2. So again, x represents what was in the parentheses. Whatever it is, it could be an x, it could be an m, it could be a number, it could be a whole quantity. So in this case, it was a whole quantity. And then combining like terms, we get 3x squared plus 1. So this next one is another composite. This time it's g first, so it's going to be g of f of negative 4. Again, open circle, so it's that composite, g of f of 4. So g of f of negative 4. Figure out what figure out what f of negative 4 is first, just like order of operations. So I'm going to do some scratch work over here. It's going to be 3 times negative 4 minus 2. So because it's a number here, when we plug it in, we're actually going to get a number out. It's not going to have any variables. So then we have to figure out what g of negative 14 is. So now I go to my g function, and g says what was in the parentheses squared plus 1. So I'm going to square this and add 1. So when you square that and you add 1, when you square, you get 196. Add 1, you end up with 197. there was one comment I made earlier, and I'll make it again because it's a frequent mistake. That's like on number 4. This is going to be f of x minus h of x. So f of x minus the h, it's a quantity, so you have to make sure you're going to subtract the whole thing. So you need to put it in parentheses so that you subtract each piece. So I do have a few more practice problems. York, get down. Hey, Yorkie, down. So if there's any more you guys want practice on, you can make up your own problem. We can do, you know, one where it's simple evaluation, a one where it's algebra involved, or another composite, or another one with a quantity. I am happy to stay and do anything that would help you at this point.
I think right now I'm good. I actually got to get going.
Okay.
So those were the only 2 questions I had. So.
Oh, good. Okay, so feel free to message me if anything else comes up.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Yep. Julie, do you need anything else tonight?
No, I'm okay. I'll just keep plugging along.
Okay, I think we kind of previewed a little bit of the rest of your homework on 3-7.
Yeah.
And there aren't very many problems left, so if you need to, just let me know.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye.